Welcome to the Chop Seat, where Braves country meets the big leagues. Your host Vic is here to break down everything from Truist Park to the top of the standings across the league. From walk-offs to wild trades, this is your seat for everything baseball, but a heavy dose of chop. So grab your glove and settle in, because the Chop Seat is open.
Welcome to the Chop Seat, your favorite place for Braves baseball. I'm your host, Vic, and today is Friday, August 28th. We had an exciting series that just went down between the Braves and the Los Angeles Dodgers. And guess what? The Braves bring out the brooms. They sweep the Dodgers out of town. It's an exciting series. I think they delivered the most impressive series win thus far. If you got to ask me, it's a 3-game sweep against the 2-time defending champion Los Angeles Dodgers, and it was capped off by Chris Sale's complete game shutout last night. Very, very good way to cap that series. The Braves are now 79-55. They won 4 straight games, and they sit just 1 game behind the Los Angeles Dodgers for that second bye spot heading into the playoffs. So they won the season series against them also. So all you got to do is tie with them. If you're able to finish the season tie with the Dodgers, you're going to get that second round bye. So you're essentially just, like we said, 1 game back, and you tie with them, you're in. You take a little rest. Once the playoffs start, you sit out that first round, get your guys to rejuvenate themselves, whatever they got to do to stay fresh, and then go on hopefully a deep playoff run. We'll see how it goes down, though. We still got another month to be a regular season baseball to be played, so we'll see how that goes. The Phillies are still creeping up on us. The Braves did bring the division lead back up to 5 games, which is good, a little bit more breathing room. But remember, you still got 7 games left against the Phillies, so that lead could go down. If you lose all those games against the Phillies, that lead is going to disappear. So, you know what I'm saying? So we'll see who the Braves will be facing next. We're going to break that series down briefly. It's going to be against the Colorado Rockies. Whoever won those free tickets to the Rockies game on Sunday will be there. Hopefully they're able to enjoy those tickets. So it's going to be a series that starts tonight, Friday, going into Sunday. Rockies, not a very good team. You know how that goes. They're 52-82 right now. And it's a team that the Braves should easily beat. We'll see how they do, because we have seen that before, that the teams that they're supposed to beat, they, for some reason, they just slack off, and and sometimes end up losing these series. So we'll see how they do starting tonight. But we're going to look at that matchup when we get into the Braves forecast. We're going to thank you guys for tuning in to the show consistently. We see the numbers shooting up. We appreciate it. If you don't follow us on the socials just yet, make sure to go to follow us there on Instagram at the Chop Seat Pod, and then on Twitter. Well, not really. You can follow me on Twitter, but I don't really use it, like I said. Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube, it's at the Chop Seat. So if you ever want to strike up a conversation, let's talk some baseball, hit me up on the socials, man. I'm usually there. Hit me out. We could talk some ball. Talk about anything else, whatever you want to talk about. If you heard me say something crazy on the show, go ahead, hit me up and correct me. Correct me. At least I know that, like that, I know that you're listening to the show, and I appreciate it. So anyways, without further ado, guys, let's go into our first segment of the show.
It's time for Tomahawk Takes.
It's time for Tomahawk Takes, where we take a look at the previous Braves series. And before we get into that, you already know, if you listen to the show, Tomahawk Takes is brought to you by SeatGeek. Use code CHOPSEAT20, as you can see below if you're looking at the video version of this podcast. Below it says use code CHOPSEAT20 for $20 off your first purchase on SeatGeek. If you didn't win the tickets for the giveaway for Sunday's game, don't hesitate. Just go to SeatGeek. Put in the dates, search whatever seat you want. Then when you hit add seats, go to promo code, add code CHOPSEAT20, and you're going to save $20 off your first purchase, just like that. Use those $20, get yourself a beer, a hot dog, If you're down at Truist, you could get yourself some barbecue pulled pork. You know what I'm saying? Get yourself something nice. You deserve it, and enjoy the game. Or if not, go watch a concert, go watch a show, whatever it is you want to go watch. I got some, it was crazy. I got some tickets too for the Usher and Chris Brown concert down there in Atlanta, actually, in November. I think it's for the Wednesday concert or the Tuesday concert. I don't think I'm going to go down there. So I might give those away. Who knows? Who knows? I might give those away, but who knows? Anyways, let's go back to baseball. Let's recap that Braves series against the Los Angeles Dodgers. Tuesday, game 1. Braves end up being on top, of course, 4-3. The Braves, they scored the 3 first inning runs, but they watched the Dodgers come back and tie the game by the 4th inning. Bryce Elder settled down and completed 6 innings on 3 runs on 8 singles with 5 strikeouts and no walks. That dangerous trio that you think of when you think of the Dodgers now, Ohtani, Mookie Betts, and Freddie Freeman, they want to combine 0 for 9 against him. So Bryce, Jekyll, and Hyde are able to keep those guys under wraps. And then with 2 outs in the 9th, Ozzie Albies, El Chiquitico, he singles home Matt Olson for the winning run. Nice little hit. Ozzie tends to do that. He tends to do that. Places a hit perfectly, finds a hole, finds a gap somewhere. He was able to shoot that one in there. And then the 9th inning, it got a little tense. Of course, Raisel Iglesias. It's a Raisel Iglesias show. It's never going to be 1, 2, 3 when he's going through struggles like he's been lately. Shohei Ohtani, he led off with a triple against Raisel Iglesias. But then Iglesias, he responded by getting the next 3 hitters out and recording his 28th save of the season. And that was a big, big momentum play there, because imagine that. You got Ohtani leading off. He hits a triple. You're on third base with no outs. You more than likely, you're thinking these guys are going to tie up the game. We're going to have to go to extra innings and use a whole bunch of guys and arms and all that. But Iglesias, he locked in, bro. He locked in. He got the next 3 guys out, and that was the ball game. Impressive there to see from him. But I just wish he doesn't give us those heart attacks, bro. Can you just go out there, have a clean outing, bro? It's been a minute. I feel like it's been a minute since we had Raisel Iglesias come in 1, 2, 3. It's over. It's like he got to walk somebody. Somebody gets on base. He has runners on first and third with 1 out. Runners on third with no outs. Run on second with 2 outs. Like, come on, bro. Just come in, be lights out for once, please. He's driving me nuts with that, bro. My nervous system can't take it. When I see Iglesias come in, I'm like, here we go. Something's going to happen. But listen, at the end of the day, he has been closing the doors eventually to these ball games. It's just like, I wish it wasn't that much of a freaking roller coaster ride, but hey, it is what it is. Braves get the win, and it's all good because the next day, Braves win the next game 6-5. Matt Olson, he hit his 37th homer of the season in this one. That carried the Braves to a 5-3 lead. Into the 7th inning behind A.J. Smith-Shawver. Smith-Shawver, he allowed 3 runs on 5 hits across 5 innings. The bullpen, they did surrender the lead in the 7th. But Didier Fuentes, bro. Didier Fuego Fuentes. He comes in. He escapes a bases-loaded jam to keep the game tied again. This kid's been impressive all season, man. They've been putting him in every single situation. This dude has been coming in, getting out of jams, like I just said, bases loaded. Like, yo, who does that, bro? Not even in Road to the Show, you coming in with bases loaded and you're not going to give up a run, bro, like that. It's crazy. He did his thing. And then we had an unlikely hero, bro. Improbable hero comes through in the 9th. Ha-Seong Kim is called by Walt Weiss to come in and pinch hit with 2 outs. Lane Thomas at second. Ha-Seong Kim, he falls behind with 2 strikes. He fouls off 3 consecutive pitches. And then he lines a 97.2 mile per hour fastball into left field for the walk-off single. Game over. The guys are beating up Ha-Seong Kim. And listen, it was his first hit since June 3rd. First hit since June 3rd. We're now on August 28th. That was a couple days ago. So imagine that. June 3rd, his first hit since June 3rd. That ends a 0 for 27 slump that he was going through. And like I said, it just improbable hero, man. Awesome to see him get a chance to come in and make a difference in the ball game. he capitalized on that opportunity that he had. He comes in, he takes care of business, and you could just see all the guys happy for him as well in the dugout, running out onto the field to jump on him for the celebration, the walk-off celebration. So that was very nice to see. And he actually got to start the next day for game 3 of the series, and that was the game where Chris Sale comes in and just absolutely shuts the door on the Los Angeles Dodgers. 9 scoreless innings, 5 hits, no walks, 11 strikeouts. He does it in 109 pitches. It was Chris Sale's first complete game shutout since June 5th, 2019. He now improves to 13-9 and lowered his ERA to 2.06. Drake Baldwin hit Yoshinobu Yamamoto's first pitch of the game for a leadoff homer. That was Atlanta's entire offense. That was the entire offense for the whole ball game. Think about that. In the bottom of the first, that's the only run scored in the entire ball game. But guess what? It was enough. It was definitely enough because Chris Sale, he finishes the sweep by striking out Alex Hall on 3 pitches after a potential game-ending double play was overturned in the 9th. It was a close one, guys. It was a very close play. I think he was safe at first. I really do think he was safe. From all the angles that they were showing, you can't really see if he had his foot on the bag, yes or no. And they weren't going to overturn it if they don't have enough evidence. So it was called safe at first. It wasn't overturned. My apologies. I said it was overturned. The call on the field was safe. The Braves reviewed it to see if it was out, if Matt Olson had his foot on the bag still. Like I said, it looks like it was on the bag, but his foot's coming off a little bit. From those angles, you got to be honest. You can't be biased, guys. I didn't see conclusively that his foot was still on the bag as he was making that stretch. You couldn't tell from that angle. There was one certain angle that you could definitely see it, but it was zoomed all the way out. I don't know why they couldn't zoom in on that one, because that one would have told you if he kept his foot on the bag or not. Anyways, some people are saying Chris Sale got 28 outs in this shutout instead of 27, but it is what it is. Listen, I think he was safe, and Chris Sale eventually closed the door anyways, like I said. So it was all good. No harm done. No harm, no foul. Turning point in this ballgame was that first pitch, that homer from Drake Baldwin. And then, listen, Chris Sale and Yoshinobu Yamamoto, after that, he was dominant. Chris Sale was dominant all game. They were both dominating out there. And it's crazy. It just took one run offensively in this ballgame to make the difference. So that's everything that went down in that series. But again, concerns. There's always going to be concerns. You can't be fully happy about this ball club, right? You can't let your guard down. There's still a lot of time left. You still got a whole month left. So anything can happen. So we got a few concerns. Obviously, the bullpen. Bullpen couldn't preserve that 5-3 lead on Wednesday. That's one concern, right? That's one concern because you want to hold the leads down all the time. But obviously, and I'm trying to find things here and there. But again, I think this is the most impressive series win for the Braves the entire season. You going up against the defending champs. Yeah, they got a few guys hurt, like I said, a few guys struggling, a.k.a. Kyle Tucker. So, they weren't at full force, as you want to say. They weren't like having a full squad game, but they still got a lot of good players, bro. You can't, act like they don't got Hall of Famers still in that lineup. So you still took care of business, which was good. But the offense also, Braves offense, a lineup produced only 4 hits on Thursday after Drake Baldwin's leadoff homer. So the offense is still there. You know what I'm saying? The offense still needs to be like more, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word. I'm blanking out right now. But it needs to be like a little bit more balanced. You know what I mean? Like that's not really the exact word I'm trying to look for, but it needs to be like more, I guess that's the word I'm looking for, guys. I don't know. Balanced, efficient. I don't know. You probably know what I mean. If you don't know what I mean, I'm sorry. I apologize. But listen, this was another series that had a lot of, and it feels like these are the kind of games that the Braves have been playing lately. So, there's very close games. Every single game was a one-run game. Every single game. But most importantly, what we saw here was that the Braves were able to win in 3 different ways against the Dodgers. They showed that. That's a positive thing here. That's a positive. They proved they can beat one of baseball's best teams in 3 different ways. You got the walk-off win. You got the shutout, the complete game shutout. You know what I'm saying? That's 2 different ways already. And then you got the other one where they just, you know what I'm saying? Like they just were able to come back and fight and get that clutch hit towards the end of the game in the 8th inning when Ozzie Albies came in. So 3 different ways to beat the best team. And Milwaukee has the best record right now. But we gotta call it what it is. The Dodgers, you beat the best team in baseball. They've literally gone back to back twice. They went back to back already. They're trying to go for the 3-peat. You gotta say they're the best team in baseball. So you beat these guys in 3 different ways, which is very, very impressive. So that's a positive for this series. Like I said, the Braves, they didn't overpower the Dodgers offensively. They just out-executed them, which is very good to see. Like I said, they won late Tuesday, came back. They survived that blown lead Wednesday. They get that walk-off hit by Ha-Seong Kim. And then on Thursday, Chris Sale just comes out, shuts them out. They get 1 run. That's all they need to win the game and the series. So the encouraging part was how many different guys contributed to all these wins. You got Bryce Elder, pretty solid. He settled down. Smith Shawver as well. Ha-Seong Kim, Ozzie Albies, Drake Baldwin, Chris Sale. All of them had defining moments in this ball game. And this is the word I was looking at, it looks more sustainable now than waiting for, let's say, Ronald Acuna, Matt Olson to come in and carry the Braves in every single ball game. So it was good to see contributions from all different guys and on the roster. So that's what we got for the series, how it went down. Injuries and roster updates. Talking about roster, Reynaldo Lopez, he remains on the injured list, but began a rehab assignment with AAA Gwinnett on August 23rd. I believe I saw something here with it was just with Hurston Waldrop, I believe it was, that he's going to be getting Tommy John surgery. I just saw that as I was scrolling a few minutes ago. Let me see here. 1 second. I'm trying to find where the heck it was that I found it. I think it was here. Yeah. Hurston Waldrop will have Tommy John surgery. Here we go. Sorry, I'm just checking this out here. But yeah, so he's going to be out. Spencer Schwellenbach is also having surgery for the same fractured elbow from last season as well. Sorry, guys. I was just looking at something here. I was trying to have this pop up. But yeah, so those are the injury updates for the Braves. But yeah, I mean, it's tough to see. Obviously, Hurston Waldrop, he had a great season last year when he came up. He was just dealing, bro. He was dealing. I was really rooting for him to get one of the get that 5th spot in the rotation this year, to start this year. But obviously, he went down. He was hurt. So, hopefully a speedy recovery for him, and he's able to bounce back stronger than ever after that. And also Spencer Schwellenbach. Hopefully he's able to bounce back and get back with the team as soon as possible. Wish him a speedy recovery as well. That's all we got, guys, for the Tomahawk Takes portion of this show. We're going to head into our next segment.
It's time for the MLB.
Welcome to the MLB, where we catch up with the rest of the league. Around the league, the Seattle Mariners, they take 2 of 3 from the Philadelphia Phillies, hold them back a little bit from the Braves. Nice job there. Kyle Raleigh had that one game where he hits 3 homers. He actually hit 4 homers in 4 straight at bats. He hit the 4th one on the following game. So I was actually watching that. That was pretty crazy to see. 4 home runs and 4 straight at bats for Kyle Raleigh. I'm over here about to say Kyle Schwarber. That's crazy. I'm bugging right now. Brewers, they take 2 out of 3 from Lil Bro, the New York Mets. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Sorry, Mets. Astros, they take 2 of 3 from the Yankees. Royals take 2 of 3 from the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays fans were booing out there in Toronto. I think it was like a 10-0 lead that they had at one point in the ballgame yesterday. And that was pretty bad to see. Pretty bad to see there. Blue Jays trying to, stay in the race. But listen, Royals are trying to do the same thing. They're a little bit further back in the American League wild card race. But hey, they still got a shot. Realistically, mathematically speaking, they still got a shot. So they're gonna keep going out there and grinding and trying to get a spot. So we'll see. We'll see. And then another series that went down was the Rockies and the Nationals. They split 2 games apiece. They had a 4-game set. The best weekend series starting today. It's going to be the Red Sox at the New York Yankees. They're going to play 4 games. They got a doubleheader tomorrow. Excuse me. Yeah, my days are bugged out. Yes, tomorrow is Saturday. They got a doubleheader tomorrow. They got 1 game tonight. And then they got the last game on Sunday. Tonight's game is going to be 7:15 p.m. first pitch on Apple TV. So if you're a Yankee fan or Red Sox fan, make sure to tune into that. You got the Padres at the Rays. That's going to be another exciting series. Tampa Bay leads the American League East, while the San Diego Padres hold the final National League wildcard spot by only 1.5 games over the Arizona Diamondbacks. Another series to keep an eye on, the Texas Rangers at the Milwaukee Brewers. Why does it matter? Milwaukee is protecting MLB's best record, and Texas is just below 500, but only 1 game behind the Houston Astros in the American League West. So the Rangers remain very much alive. And then another series you want to keep an eye on, the Dodgers at the Tigers. Friday features former Tiger Tarek Skubal pitching for LA, going up against Drew Anderson. Tarek Skubal going to be facing his former team. So we'll see how they're able to respond after that. And then the 5th series, Phillies at the Angels. Friday's game is slated for Andrew Painter versus Reed Detmers. Why does this one matter? Philadelphia Phillies just 5 games behind the Atlanta Braves, and they're facing relatively an easy team, a 52-82 Los Angeles Angels team. So we'll see if the Braves are still able to keep some distance between the Philadelphia Phillies. That's all we have for the MLB. Actually, let's just look at the standings real quick. Let's look at a complete look at the standings before we go into our next and final segment. In the National League East, like we said, Braves 5 games over the Philadelphia Phillies. I already said it, 79-55 for the Braves, 4 wins in a row, 74-60 for the Philadelphia Phillies. National League Central, Milwaukee Brewers, 83-51. Chicago Cubs, 7.5 games back, 76-59. Los Angeles Dodgers taking the first spot in the National League West, 80-54. San Diego Padres, 72-62, 8 games back. Arizona, 71-64, 9.5 games back. American League West, Houston Astros at 567-67. They lead the division. Texas Rangers, 66-68, just 1 game back. Seattle Mariners, 64-70, 3 games back there. AL Central, Chicago White Sox, 70-63. They're still up top, but the Cleveland Guardians are surging, and they're surging hard. 68-66, 7 games, 1 in a row. They're now 2.5 games back from the White Sox. Minnesota Twins, 64-70, 6.5 games back. Detroit Tigers, 62-71, 8 games back. American League, Tampa Bay Rays, 79-54. Yankees, 75-58, 4 games back. Boston, 73-60, 6 games back. The playoff picture is as follows. This is how it's looking. Milwaukee and the Dodgers, they're getting a first round bye as of right now. Braves getting a first round series against the lowest wild card winner, right? They will be facing off the San Diego Padres right now. And then the Cubs and the Phillies will be facing off as well. They both have the 1 and the 2 spot in the wild card race. Diamondbacks, 1.5 games back from the final spot. Marlins, 4 games. St. Louis, 5.5. Pittsburgh, 7.5. Cincinnati 8.5. Whoo, what a mouthful. What a mouthful. Anyways, American League, this is the picture right now in the American League. Tampa Bay Rays, Chicago White Sox, they get a first round bye. Houston Astros will be facing the Cleveland Guardians in the first round. Cleveland having the last spot in the wild card race. And then we would have a Yankees Red Sox wild card series round. That would be very, very exciting yet again. Texas Rangers, 2 games back of the final spot. Baltimore, 3. Toronto, 3.5. Seattle, 4. Minnesota, 4. Detroit, 5.5. Kansas City trying to stay in it, 8.5. So they still have a chance. All these teams within striking distance in the American League wildcard. It's insane how bad the American League is right now. But listen, it gives everyone a chance. It gives everyone a shot. And it makes it very exciting going down the stretch. Again, we still got 1 month left of regular season baseball, and it's going to go down. It's going to go down to the wire. And that's exactly what we want to see this season, because next season, they're still threatening that we're not going to have any baseball. That's what they're still talking about. There's not going to be any baseball. They're not going to reach an agreement, between the union and the owners. So if that's how it's going to go down, we need this series to be one of the best to go down in their history books. Hopefully it ends with a Braves World Series win. So anyway, that's all we got for the MLB, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Now we got our next and final segment before we end the show off.
It's time for your Braves forecast.
It's time for the Braves forecast, where we preview the upcoming Braves series. Braves are, of course, at home at Truist Park. All games will be available on Braves Vision, your number one spot to watch Braves baseball. Friday night's game tonight, 7:15 p.m. first pitch. Tomoyoku Sugano, 12-7 with a 4.96 ERA. He's going up against Grant Holmes, who's 8-5 with a 3.64 ERA. Game 2 tomorrow, Saturday. It's at 4:10 p.m. Eastern start time. Ryan Feltner, 5-8 with a 6.08 ERA, going up against Martin Perez, 8-8 with a 3.12 ERA. Sunday, August 30th, 1:35 p.m. in an early bird special. You already know that's the game that you guys, whoever won, is going to go enjoy with the free ticket giveaway. Make sure you guys enjoy that. Make sure to post, tag us on the socials so people can see we ain't scamming out here, bro. We ain't scamming you guys out here. We really gave back. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear anybody saying, nah, this dude's a scammer, yada, yada. Chop Seat does not scam. The Chop Seat is legit. So, again, if you want one of those tickets, go ahead, show me, tag me on these socials. I want to see you guys having a great time. And have a beer. Have a beer on the Chop Seat, man. Have a beer on the Chop Seat. Anyways, that game Sunday is going to be started by Mason Adams, who's 0-0 with a 2.25 ERA, going up against Tyler Mahle, 5-10 with a 4.41 ERA. And don't get discouraged by that record, 5-10. This guy, after coming over from San Francisco, has been phenomenal. Every single start has been a quality start. This guy has been amazing since coming over to Atlanta in the trade. So that's what we got. The Colorado Rockies, 52-82. They got a negative 138 run differential. And that's a fact. That's verified. You should not be losing any ball games to these guys. Like I said earlier, they split the 2 games against they split the 4-game series against the Nationals. So players to watch when it comes to the Colorado Rockies: Hunter Goodman, catcher. Hunter Goodman, very, very solid player. Just came back from the IL. He homered twice during that series against the Washington Nationals. He's a 252 average, 36 home runs, 72 RBIs with an 8.67 OPS. Keep an eye on him. Connor Norby, he had a grand slam on Wednesday, 13-1 victory. Keep an eye on him as well. Jordan Beck, he's one of Colorado's better young power hitters. Saw him out here with the Hartford Yard Goats. Might have been a couple years ago. Saw Hunter Goodman too. Solid guys, very solid players. TJ Rumfield, he reached base 5 times on Thursday, including 4 walks. Keep an eye on him. And then Jordan Romano. I think I heard a podcast. They pronounce it Romano, not Romano. Jordan Romano. He's Colorado's primary late inning reliever. So keep an eye on those guys that I just mentioned. the Braves hitters versus Colorado's rotation. Sugano has allowed 26 homers, while Feltner enters with a 6.08 ERA. So Atlanta should be able to create some damage against these guys, against the Rockies bullpen as well. You got the upper hand. It's not even a lie. It's not like I'm making it up. It's just, again, it's a verified fact. You got the upper hand against these guys. This should be, I'm not going to say a walk on the park, but this should be a pretty simple series. You got to end up winning this series. You can't be out here losing series to the Colorado Rockies, bro. You really can't. You really cannot. So what the Braves must do here in this series, they got to carry over that Dodgers series intensity, carry it over into this matchup with a weaker ball club. Again, we do see them. They tend to slack off when it's an easier opponent, but just keep the same intensity, guys. Keep it, because it's getting late into the season, and you don't want the Philadelphia Phillies to keep catching up on us, and they got a very easy series as well against the Los Angeles Angels. So you got to keep that intensity. What else we got? And treat this like, and this is what I'm saying. It's an easy opportunity. You got to treat this as a sweep opportunity. You have to win the first two, go into 3. You know what I'm saying? Take that third game, but at least take the first two. Take the first two, get the series W, and then we keep it moving, all right? That's what we got. Hopefully they're able to do that. But the main storyline is, can the Braves follow their biggest series of the season by taking care of business against one of the league's worst teams? That's the storyline there. There's nothing else to write about it. That's what it comes down to. You just be one of the best teams in baseball. Are you able to have it carry over and keep the same intensity against one of baseball's weakest teams? Then that's what we got for this weekend. But we're going to see what we got a little bit further ahead in the Braves forecast. After this Rockies series, we got a makeup game at home against the San Francisco Giants. That's at 6:05 p.m. And then we got an NL East road trip. You got 2 against the Washington Nationals on Tuesday and Wednesday. Then you got an off day on Thursday. And then you got a 4-game set against, the Philadelphia Phillies. 4-game set against the Philadelphia Phillies. That's a little bit further up ahead on the Braves forecast. I just wanted to mention it so you could keep that in mind. This is why it's very important to win this series against the Colorado Rockies. Because if you go into that Philly series just with a 4-game win streak, if you get swept in that series, it's over. You're back to if you're watching the video right now, this is the lead. It's going to be at 0. Nada, 0. If you go into Philly with a 4-game lead and you get swept in those 4 games, going back to nothing. That's why it's very important to be able to win this series against the Rockies and carry that over into the remaining, into the following week when you start that NL East road trip real quick. So thank you guys for tuning in. That's all we have. Your boy Vic is out of breath. I'm talking crazy right now. Whew. Let me take a breather. There we go. Take a breather. All right. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it so very much. One more time before I leave, make sure to use code CHOPSY20 to save $20 off your first purchase. You can use that for any sporting event, concert, comedy show, any other show. Use code CHOPSY20, as you can see below, and you're going to save $20 off your first purchase. We'll catch up on Monday to see how the series went down against the Colorado Rockies. We'll catch up on the Phillies, see what they did, catch up on the Brewers, Dodgers, because we got to keep an eye on those guys as well. We'll see what went down. We'll see what happens. And make sure to keep an eye on those exciting series that I mentioned, that Yankees, Red Sox series. You got, what was it, the Padres and somebody else. I don't ever remember. Padres and the Rays, I think it was. Keep an eye on all those series. All right, guys? So thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. And we will see you next time on The Chop Seat.